to your Daily Bread with Bishop Eric Kincaid Clark, where he is inspiring us to maximize our potential.
Now tell me it's much better. Haha. I hope so. Okay, praise God. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Again, I'm Bishop Eric Kincaid Clark. Welcome to your Daily Bread. And it is Tuesday morning. It is election day. And we're going to talk about some very interesting subjects around this time. Good morning. Look at those who are on. Good morning, good morning. Come on in. Come on in. I see you. I see you. I see you. You can hear me now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, we're going to take a break from the subject matter of worship. We've been dealing with it for the last week or so, and we're going to step back from it, and we'll come back to it on tomorrow, I think. But today I want to talk a little bit about Election Day. Let me start off by wishing my mother happy birthday. God bless you, Mother. We love you. And happy 76th birthday to you. Once again, she wanted to make sure that I thank all those that have called, text, sent us a gift. Thank you. What a blessing. I had a great time over the weekend with my mom. And today is the day. It is her birthday. Happy birthday, Mama. Okay. Today is Tuesday, November 8th. It is Election Day. And I got some real stuff to talk about. And today I'm not going to flood you with my opinions. I really want to hear your opinion. I want to hear what you think and how you feel. It's Election Day, and it's not a presidential election, but there is major positions in Congress, the senators running for the House and for the Senate, and there's voting on the local level for representation in the city, on the state level, and on the national level. And there is a strong fight between the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, and vice versa. And there's still the sentiments of January 6th, where there's a large part of our country that felt like the election was stolen from Donald Trump, that there were a lot of shenanigans and illegal things going on, and all of that has been debunked, and it's very clear that it was a fair election, and President Donald Trump lost. But there are a lot of people who feel like, no, he didn't lose. And the spirit of that is still in the air. I mean, so much so that they really had a terrible uprising that cost people their lives. And there are a lot of people in jail today. And I'm still, what are my feelings about January 6th? If they would have been black people, they would have been dead, shot dead. They'd have shot them down, mowed them down like grass to a lawnmower. But because predominantly they were white, I mean, I couldn't imagine. I mean, they shoot people in their house. They shoot blacks in their house. They shoot blacks with their hands up like this. When y'all saw the way those people stormed the Capitol, breaking the windows, breaking the door in, ransacking the senator's office, the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, they didn't ran. I mean, just the other day, a couple of weeks ago, the assailant came in Nancy Pelosi's house and stood over on the bed over her husband with a hammer, and there was a struggle. If that person would have been black, they would have emptied their gun. They would have killed her husband, killing him. I still have those sentiments. I still have those sentiments. I just feel some kind of way because I see it happen all the time. I see it happen all the time where a black person is in a little situation, they call out the National Guards, SWATs, snipers, everything if they black. White folk walk around with guns and walk right into the Walmart with a gun. Say it's my right, it's my legal right. It's amazing, When the white guy attacks this grocery store and stuff like, again, I done got on a rant, excuse me, but I'm gonna finish that statement. The white guy comes in the grocery store and shoots everybody, kills them. They take him into custody. If a black person who is on a traffic stop moves inadvertently, he's shot dead with his baby in the back seat. That's the world we live in, and it is. That's my truth, that's my reality. But I gotta shake all that and get that off of me, because I want to talk about something else. I want to talk about the democratic process. I want to talk about voting. I want to talk about really the first question I want to pose to you all is, do your vote matter? Okay. Did you vote today? Are you voting? Does your vote matter? Do you see that your vote matters? Okay. Do you believe it matters? Do you believe that there is integrity with the system of voting? That's the first question. Let's start there. And I'm going to try my best to stay on track. Okay. The first question I want to ask everyone that's on, I hope everybody's on today. I want to hear, I'm going to pull my computer so I can see what y'all saying. Does your vote matter? Would everybody chime in on the conversation today? Do you believe you're going to vote, you're going to fill out the paper, color it in, or hit the thing, it punches it in, whatever. When you put your vote in, turn it in, does it matter? Do you believe your vote is counted? Or do you believe that there is suspicious activity, illegal activity that suppresses, that hides, that throws away the vote, that doesn't count all the votes? Or do you believe the votes, every vote is actually counted? Do you believe your vote is counted? Everyone, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. All right? Yes, no, that's what I'm looking for. Question number one. You can even put in question number one. Number one. One, no. One, yes. This question number one, does your vote count? Do you believe that? Now, hey, it's a whole nother conversation. Our forefathers fought, sweat, and their blood, sweat, and tears to get us the right to vote. For women to vote, for blacks to vote, for all Americans to vote. And then the fight through voter suppression, where you got people, and even now you got these different far right-wing, extremists. I believe that they're racist, standing at the voting polls and at the, mailboxes with guns. Talking about they watching the vote. They're an official vote watcher, whatever. Nonetheless, my question, number one, does your vote count? Do you believe it counts? Or are you of the persuasion that I can go vote and it don't even count? But I just want to know, what do you believe? Right? Let me see. Say something, people. I'm sure it counts. I'm sure it counts, Elvis. I don't believe it matters, but I still vote. Well, LaShonda says she don't believe. Yes, it counts. Yes, it counts. We got yes. Sometimes I feel like my vote does not matter, but I still vote. See, matter is another thing. I'm talking about count. We're going to get to that conversation. Like, do who I vote for, does it matter if this person is in or is that person in? We're going to get to that conversation. But I'm trying to figure out, does your vote count? That's the first thing. Like, they counted 70,926. Here's another one, 7,927. Is your vote counted? Do you believe that? All right. Y'all talking about it matters, it matters, it matters. Okay, I understand that, but I don't want y'all to get it twisted. I want to know, do you believe, is it counted? It counts, it counts, it counts. Yes, my vote. Claudine. Hey, Claudine. See that? That's somebody that's paying attention there. Number one. I see some. There you go. I'm hoping my vote counts. Yeah. Yes, I would. To believe my vote, it does count. Number one, yes, my vote matters. They say it matters. And again, I don't want y'all to get it messed up. I really don't know anymore. I once thought it counted and that it mattered. Okay. Yes, it counts. No, yes. Okay, I know y'all can't see. I can see both streams, and I got people on both sides. It counts, it doesn't count. My vote counts. I believe that it counts as well. Amen. I'm in the chair now. Somebody's in the chair voting right now. Look at that. Yes, it counts. Yes, I will be voting today, but I don't believe it matters at times. Okay, no. Yes, okay. The first question, it seems like there is an overwhelming response. It seems like there's a little bit more people that believe their vote counts, like they actually count all the votes and they give us the total. This is how many people, voted, and this is how it went. Okay. Now, does it matter? Because I think some of y'all are interchanging the word count with matter. What I mean by, I want to define what I am asking you all. You vote for this Democrat or this Republican. This one gets in or that one gets in. Does it matter? I guess many of y'all would say, yeah, sure it matters. Hear me all the way out. Does it affect you positively or negatively? Do you feel like if this one on your local level, on your state level, on the national level, even all the way to the presidency, was it better for you when President Barack Obama was in office? Was it worse for you when Donald Trump was in office? Is it now all of a sudden better again that President Joe Biden is in office? On the national level, does it matter when this one was your senator or that one? Now I got a Democratic senator. Now I got a Republican. Has it, like, you could tell? Oh, I could tell I'm under a Democrat now. I could tell I'm under a Republican now, or I could really tell. I could feel it in my everyday life over these last 2 years, 6 years. This person is in office because it's better. It's better. It's better for teachers, or it's better for students, or it's better for college, or it's better for the environment, or it's better, there's better access. It's better for, I don't know, the laws that govern and regulate banking, business, commerce, the police. Funds. We got more money for the police now. I mean, do you feel like this person, that person has really affected you and your family? You and your family. I really have an opinion on that. I'm going to hold my peace. I'm going to hold my peace on that. But I would really like to hear now, does it matter who is in office? To you, overall, I mean, in some way, of course it matters, but I'm talking about to you and your family, okay? Does it really make a difference? Or have you lived your life and it is what it is? Because African Americans and others, I want to make sure I'm inclusive, and others have had some hardship forever. At some of the best prosperous times in the history of this nation, when the nation was growing, I'm talking about through the 70s and 80s, man, some serious growth, and 90s. We still felt the effects of oppression. We've made baby steps. Some things are getting better, but police brutality, I mean, we just got cell phones where they're catching everything on video. But I feel like, there's still been a ton of injustices and harsh realities for our people, no matter what. Have you ever heard of the ghetto? Have you ever heard of the projects? Have you ever heard of, I mean, of course there are a lot of whites on welfare and in the projects and ghetto, but predominantly, and you got, if we're 13% of the population and 90% of those incarcerated, that's some injustices. Like, what difference does it make who's in office if we steal 90% of those that are in jail? What difference does it make who is in office when black people don't make assault rifles? You know, fentanyl. Black people don't make fentanyl. A lot of these drugs that have infested our communities, we don't make this stuff. How did this stuff get to our communities? Why are our schools at the lowest educational acumen? Why? Why were, you go back, you can roll the clock back, why were blacks not allowed to participate before Babe Ruth to play baseball? Now the league is dominated not by blacks, by Hispanics, Cubans, Spanish-speaking population. But there was a time they didn't allow anybody but whites to play football. They better thank God. There would be no NBA without black folk. No NFL. Black, because we're athletic. It's a gifting. But has those things changed because of elected officials? I would say you take a look at JFK, and there's been some people that have done some great things for our nation, moved it forward. They didn't get us all the way there, but they helped us make some steps. But in many cases, don't make no never mind. What difference does it make? How many cities are governed by black mayors? How many black mayors in America over major cities? Does it make a difference? Senators. Okay, you take all, how many is it? 256 senators? I forget. Representatives? How many representatives in the nation? How many senators? What percentage of them are other, minority? Is it a balance between the number of minorities that are in the country, in the nation? Does it make a difference? Does it make a difference? I never will forget, I met Mayor Frank White, and we had an interesting conversation. And he was saying, you know, we was talking through some issues, and our ministerial group had some concerns and issues about this, that, and the other. We was asking questions about what was going on in our community. And he was very quick to... Frank Jackson, Mike White, Frank Jackson. Thank you, Princess, thank you. But he was quick to correct us and to say, well, not correct us, but inform us that Cleveland is not just the east side. Like, I know y'all concerned about issues on the east side, but he said, I'm the mayor, Frank Jackson, thank you, over the east side, the downtown area, the west side, all the way out to Brook Park. I mean, he just went through the different boroughs and regions. He's like, we got issues here, we got issues there, we got issues there, there are issues here, there are other issues you never thought about, there are other issues here. And a lot of times you're just on the east side in East Cleveland thinking about, well, what's going on with East Cleveland? And he began to talk about the local leadership. You know, you talk about the representation there in politics on your local level, community leaders, okay? Elected officials that govern specific municipalities. You know, hey, go back, for those that are in the Cleveland area, go back and see all of the corruption that took place over the last 30 years in East Cleveland with elected officials. This elected official has been accused of stealing $20 million, $13 million, $6 million was diverted. Funds that come into a city, leadership lie, manipulate, steal, divert the funds to some company that they got, and this, that, and the other. Leadership is key. And you see these, hey, look at these cities, how they are ran down. Why? Ain't no money. No money for police, no money to clean up, no money for the environment, no money for the schools, because sometimes the money has been stolen, misappropriated. Leadership is everything. So I guess question number 2 is, do you believe who your elected official is matters? Does it affect you? If you're not oblivious, if you don't know how, I think a lot of people say, no, it doesn't affect me. That's because you don't know. You may not know how funds, trillions. Look at the monies that come into this country. Trillions through taxation. Y'all know when you get your paycheck, you paying that local tax. You got to pay tax for where you live. You got to pay tax for where you work. You got to pay tax, sales tax. You got all county tax, state tax, federal tax, all these tax. Man, do you know them little 50 cent here, 75 cent, $2 here, $1.39? Man, that adds up to millions, billions of dollars. The elected officials determine where that money is directed. Programs. Oh, they don't have no more performing arts programs. No, there's no more money in the public schools to teach band and playing instruments. They won't have no more money for that. Okay, I've seen, I remember years ago where the orchestra, Cleveland Orchestra, was being threatened. We're no longer going to have the Cleveland Orchestra. Why? Because funds that underwrote that performing art outreach in our city, the money is not there. Okay, well, where's the money at? Okay, because I remember, go back 20 years, you couldn't drive down a street and keep your car wheels aligned. You keep your car's wheel alignment because there was chuck holes all over the city. And I remember reading a report that was like, thank God for LeBron James. I'm like, for LeBron James? Man, they say that this guy brought so much money to the city of Cleveland. I know he made a lot of money playing basketball, but as a result of playing basketball, people would fly in. That means airlines are making money and they get taxed. That means restaurants are making money and they pay tax. That means all the bars are making money, they're taxed. Hotels making money and they're taxed. The transportation industry, all of it, from the Uber to the cab, they make money and they're taxed. Like everybody's making money because something is happening. LeBron is, we got a championship. And all that tax money, look at all those new roads in Cleveland. They paved the freeway, they paved up and down the streets. We got nice new roads. And in a indirect way, thank God for LeBron. I'm like, wow, thank God for LeBron. Now they got what's the new player? Donovan Mitchell. He got the Cavs hot. Did the Cavs win last night? Hey Siri, did the Cavaliers win last night?
The Cavaliers lost a close one to the Clippers yesterday. The final score was 119 to 117.
Cavaliers lost by 2 last night, but Cavaliers is hot right now. One of the hottest teams in the NBA. That's Donovan Mitchell. That don't happen just, Okay, back to the subject matter. There are millions and millions and millions and millions and millions. For instance, the church, you all give. I pray that you all pay your tithe and give. And I am responsible for directing the funds that come in. Whether we have a building, is the mortgage behind? Did we pay the gas? Did we pay the lights? Did we pay the electric? Did we pay the insurance? Did we pay the car? Did we pay the transportation? Did we pay to get the garbage dumped? Did we pay to keep the parking lot lights on? Did we pay for the security system? Did we pay the staff? Did we pay? We gotta pay. Tax, gotta pay. Did we pay the band? Is the church clean? Did we pay for that? So when you come in, you look around, the result is, what you see is a result of leadership that directs the support, the funds, the money, the capital that comes in for our ministry. Are we on? Do we have the equipment? Do we have the tools? We got the right lighting? We got the right camera? We got the computer? We got the staff? We got the support? We got the technology? We got it. It's all dollars. But it's vision and it's direction. And it's It's all of that. Well, our nation runs the same way. Okay. So, yes, yes, yes. Somebody say no. You don't believe it matters. You don't believe it matters. No. Okay. Second question, y'all. Do y'all believe it? It matters. It counts. It depends. It gets counted, but does it matter? Not sure if it matters. Depends on the party that wins. It matters to me. Okay, when Democrats are in office, the middle class and the poor live better. Yes, it matters. Okay. Not to me and my family, but being in the field of social work, it seems like programs were always cut when Republicans were in office. Frank Jackson, thank you for the correction there. Mike White, Frank Jackson. Good morning, Bishop. Do I believe it matter? I believe it matter. When a interesting. Okay. Does it matter? Does it matter? Okay. Is your vote counted? And does it matter? All right. What's happening in our nation right now? What is the pulse? What do y'all get? I know what we see on the internet, and I've watched a lot of reports and reading, but what are you experiencing in your world? In your world, is there a sense of hostility? Is political conversation welcomed, or is it too hot to handle? You can't talk about it. You can't talk about the presidency. You can't talk about the idea that the former president feel like he was cheated. You can't. Can you talk about that, or is that too hot in your community? Can you say I'm a Democrat, or can you say I'm a Republican, or I'm voting this way or voting that way? Can you talk about the views of abortion? You know, one party says that you should have the right to choose. Other party says no, across the board, illegal. What do you? How do you see that? How do you see that? You know, the former president and that party, Republican Party, didn't really believe in global warming. You know, it's interesting that we don't really need to put a lot of money into the environment, and still embracing fossil fuels, burning a lot of coal. And the new regime has more to say. You got something to say to me? Oh, the new regime, what'd you say? Has something to say about technology, moving more towards energy efficiency, and that's good. Read out and stir Reed some kind of way. Now you want to say something. Okay. Well, okay. What you want to say? Good morning.
Good morning. Good
What's
morning,
happening?
everybody.
All right.
The Lord is good. Today is election day.
All right.
Hey, I was thinking that my vote counts and it matters, because when I was 18, I was eager to vote. And so that's been something that I've always wanted to do and I've always tried to do.
Right.
And now I am to the point where I don't know if I know it counts, but I don't know if it matters. Mm-hmm. I'm betwixt the two. And when I say matters, well, I'm not going to say that. He asked about if you have a Republican or if you have a Democrat, right? Mm-hmm. And I think we feel the effects of the person that previously was in office now. You know, the scripture says later and greater, right? And so with this inflation and things of that nature, I feel like we're feeling the effects of the previous leader. Now seeing that we're 2 years in, we can now start feeling the effects of our current leader.
So what you're saying, a lot of times what we're experiencing as a result of the previous leader. And a lot of times people say, it's bad right now. We got bad leadership. And I guess what you're saying is that you feel like what we're experiencing is a result of the previous leader.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know. What say you? Thank you. Is it Jonah or Jana for those comments there? You say you can't really delve into some of those conversations because you feel like you're walking on eggshells, or you got to keep it real light because people are vehement and passionate. Ooh, I don't know if y'all come across people that want to fight. You know, there's a whole segment of our population that say they're going to war. They got guns. They got ammunition. They got camouflage gear. Like, if you thought January 6th was bad, you ain't seen nothing. Let these elections don't go the way these people want them to go. Well, you know what? That just turns me off. That spirit turns me off. Because check this out. I don't ever want to be petty. I don't want a person's low thinking to bring me, like, I don't want to come down to your level and operate on your level. But sometimes that could push me away from that whole party. Like, I don't want no parts with this party because they're so ignorant. Even though there could be some good on this side and some things that I would like to see go forward, A, B, C, D, F, G, but
it turns you off.
It turns you off, and it's like you don't want to be identified with such ignorant thinking. I don't know. Tell me, what are your thoughts? Because I said I wasn't going to do my thing. I'm going to let y'all do my thing.
I think it's the day. It's this age.
You might need to go get you some water. I can't have that on my show. You violating something.
I think it's this age.
Yeah. The time that we live in are interesting times. And here's another question. Where do you get your information from? Like, are you plugged into CNN or Fox, or is there a major news outlet, or are you just online? Everybody's tweeting, everybody's streaming information, different apps that could appeal to you. Like, where do you get your information from? Where do you get your information from? I don't like the FOS. What's that, Mama? You don't like the what? Oh, the Fox. You don't like the Fox News? Where y'all get y'all information from? Like, where do you get the intel to make an intelligent decision? Intelligent decision, informed decision. You know, that's the thing, and that's another thing that turns me off. There are a lot of people say, I just look at it and I vote Democrat all the way down. I just look at it and I vote Republican all the way down. I'm just all the way. It's like somebody was on TV, and really they were exposing how ignorant certain people were because they're ignorant on both sides. But in the Republican Party, they said, well, tell me about the candidate. And they mentioned the person's name, let's say John Doe. And the person said, who is John Doe?
Right.
Like, they're at a rally for a particular candidate, and the name is John Doe. Well, the interviewer said, tell me about John Doe. What do they stand for? The person said, who is John Doe? Yeah. They said, the person that we hear this rally is about. It's like, oh, okay. All I know is I believe Jesus, I believe Trump, and I believe in Republicans. Mm-hmm. And I was saying, man, well, how ignorant is that? How dumb is that? How dumb is that? Like, what is your candidate even running on? The fact that he's a Democrat or she's a Democrat or a Republican, they just vote blindly, and they don't know what their agenda is, what the initiative is, what is the big fight, what is the point? And then there are a lot of candidates that are playing on the sentiments of trending topics. So there are a lot of people that don't like the fact that Roe versus Wade is overturned and that whole idea. So you have candidates that will jump on that and say, well, they want to rob you of your choice to make decisions with your body, this, that, and the other. And yet their agenda is not really a healthy agenda for the masses of people. And people jump on that bandwagon for one thing. That's like a man looking at a woman and say, hey girl, I got $20 for you. Oh, she wants $20, but he has very negative and cruel intentions. And so people can jump on the bandwagon for something that they think is good, but behind it, hey, they show you the bait, but they hide the hook. And you really have to do some real research and get some information before you just go down and say all Democrat or all Republican. It's an interesting thing. Well, today I'm out of time, and today is voting day. I hope you get your vote in, and I believe that your vote counts, and I believe that leadership does matter. Leadership matters. Who's over you? It does matter. It does matter. I really want you to be more conscious, more informed. I don't, I need to be led by the Lord. Sometimes we over spiritualize things. I got to pray about it. You got to pray about it. You need to be led by the Lord. You need to be informed. Yes. You need to be informed. And one of the best pieces of advice I can give you is that there is good on both sides. There's bad on both sides. And except the Lord keep the city, the watchman waketh but in vain. Except the Lord build the house, we labor in vain that build it. It's going to take the Lord to help, to provide, to protect, to give peace in your individual life, in your family, and certainly in our communities. We are living in a time of wars and rumors of wars, earthquakes in diverse places, the love of men waxing cold. I mean, we are living in a time of cruelty, of racism, of inequality, and in a time of transition and evolution. We're in a pivotal time, and we do need to be prayerful, but you also need to be wise. My people perish
for lack of knowledge.
Lack of prayer. Lack of prayer.
Lack of knowledge.
Okay, the people perish for a lack of knowledge. All right, I'm out of time today. I hope that we've said something that helped. I agree with you in that it took time for the past president's actions to show for the average person. That's right. That's right. Thank you all for joining us today. I pray that everyone would have a great day. Navigate on your screen and release your support on this Tuesday afternoon. We want you to do it. Be led of the Spirit. Amen. And give and support what is supporting you. I want y'all to have a great day in Jesus' name. Till next time, peace to the family.
Peace to the bishop.
Thank you for tuning in for the Daily Bread with Bishop Eric Kincaid Clark. Remember to like us on Facebook, YouTube, and share the word with your family and friends.